Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, September 12th, 2025. I am Yvette Boyens with the details. As part of ongoing efforts to improve the resilience and responsiveness of the healthcare system, several new ambulances were officially handed over today under the government's COVID-19 response project. According to the Minister of Health, Wellness and the Environment, St. Clair Jimmy Prince, the donation is expected to significantly enhance the delivery of emergency medical services across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Minister Prince emphasized that this initiative represents just the beginning of broader improvements planned for the health sector under the COVID-19 project. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening healthcare delivery and building a more robust system to withstand future public health emergencies.
We're handing over these ambulances as a culmination of the CDB's immediate public health response to contain and control COVID-19 and to mitigate the impact on service delivery in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The other aspects of the project included the mechanisms to allow the Ministry of Health to restructure and adjust to incorporate the new tasks of the post-COVID-19 and eruption period. And people may say, well, COVID-19 has gone, but of course the challenges in the aftermath remain. So we benefited in the areas of hospital services, surveillance services, port health with respect to training and equipment, lab services, expansion, etc. I saw Elliot here, and he has been doing a lot of work in getting the decentralization of lab services, the equipping of lab services, the expansion of these services, in the same way that we have been doing expansion in other areas, in terms of specialities, in terms of other diagnostic areas. We have been doing so much in that regard. Of course, you heard about the MMDC, the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center, where we have MRI, and where we have the hemodialysis treatment services, and we are now expanding those services and decentralizing it at the same time.
The COVID-19 project is part of a regional initiative funded by the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, aimed at supporting member countries in responding to the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the project has included investments in medical equipment, infrastructure and training, as well as the enhancement of emergency response systems. Minister Prince further noted that the project has played a crucial role in boosting the country's capacity to manage the lingering effects of the pandemic, as well as the dual crises brought on by the 2021 La Soufrière volcanic eruption. According to Minister Prince, the new ambulances will help ensure a faster and more coordinated response to health emergencies, especially in rural and hard-to-reach areas.
There is no doubt that the CDB project has been a considerable help, first of all, to navigate our special period, and then to give us the capacity to deal with the aftermath. These ambulances will no doubt add to our emerging response, that will be emergency response capability, in light of the aging of our current fleet and our desire to modernize our ambulance services. They will be deployed in our areas of greatest need, and you've heard before that we're going to put 20 Grenadines and the others would remain on mainland, one of which we think we're going to put in the service of hemodialysis, because that is absolutely important. I've been advised. We also have to, as we get these new ambulances, we have to devise a strategy, a way of getting the drivers and the people who operate them to be more responsible. We have to devise that plan, and I have been speaking with the CMO recently about how we can do that. It is absolutely important. In no sense we get these new ambulances and then in 2 weeks we hear that they're at the garage because somebody been playing the fool with them on the roads. We have to deal with that specifically. It is absolutely important, and we will do that.
The ambulances, equipped with modern life-saving technology, will be deployed across strategic health districts. Health officials have stated that priority will be given to areas where emergency response times are currently below national standards. Training for ambulance staff and maintenance personnel is also included in the project scope to ensure the vehicles remain in top operational condition. Minister Prince expressed gratitude to the Caribbean Development Bank for its continued support. He reiterated that the donation will strengthen the country's emergency response infrastructure, making healthcare more accessible, timely, and efficient during both everyday situations and national crises.
The pandemic and eruption period has certainly taught us to be always ready to respond to new and emerging situations regarding public health, and this is one way in which we will be responding. We are determined to live up to that responsibility with the help of the CDB and other international partners like PAHO and Taiwan and WHO, etc. As this project closes, we have already begun to work with the bank to consolidate our gains and to draft our future collaborations. Thanks again, O'Reilly, on behalf of the bank, for these ambulances, and we will ensure that our public health emergency system benefits optimally from their use.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines will join the rest of the region in celebrating Caribbean Wellness Day tomorrow, Saturday, September 13th, 2025. An annual observance that promotes healthy living and the prevention of chronic, non-communicable diseases. First launched by CARICOM in 2008, the day serves as a regional call to action in the ongoing fight against illnesses such as diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment is encouraging citizens to adopt simple but impactful lifestyle changes, emphasizing that wellness is not a one-time effort but a lifelong commitment. Health Promotions Officer Max Horn has highlighted the importance of Caribbean Wellness Day, stating that it serves as a timely reminder for individuals to take greater responsibility for their health and well-being.
What they really wanted to come up from this meeting was that for us to promote healthy foods, physical activity, and policy changes to create healthier environments. They wanted to combat the risk of non-communicable diseases throughout the region, throughout the Caribbean region. And so these heads of government, they came together and they put this declaration together. So Caribbean Wellness Day was voted from that. And so today we have the day where we celebrate a collective action between organizations, ministries, departments, non-governmental service, communities. And so we have this Caribbean Wellness Day, and it's celebrated every second Saturday in the month of September. And so for the first theme that they had in 2007 was uniting to stop the epidemic of chronic non-communicable diseases. So that was the first theme, and so the theme has changed. I believe it's every 4 years they revise the theme and look at the different theme and stuff. And the goal of this day is basically to increase the awareness of NCDs and their risk factors, to encourage healthy lifestyle and consumption of healthy foods, and also to promote multi-sectoral engagement to create health supporting environments.
This year's celebration is being held under the theme Power Through Collective Action, reflecting the need for community-level support in promoting healthier lifestyles. Activities planned across the country include health fairs, fitness challenges, school-based wellness programs, and public education campaigns focusing on nutrition, exercise, and mental well-being. Horn explained that the main aim of the day is to encourage individuals to become more physically active, noting that regular exercise plays a crucial role in preventing and managing lifestyle-related diseases.
Different, I don't want to say we're doing something different. What we're trying to do is we are trying to have more persons to participate and to have some sense of awareness of what we are trying to do. And so the whole aim is to get persons to be physical, to move about, to participate in some form of exercising, also to eat healthier, and to also take your health seriously, do your regular checkups. So we are trying to encourage that from 2007, from when this declaration was formed, to up to 2025 right now. And so every year we come up with different ways of getting persons to, one, take their health serious, to get physical, to get moving, to eat healthy, to make better healthy lifestyle choices.
According to the Ministry of Health, non-communicable diseases account for over 70% of deaths in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, mirroring a regional trend that places a heavy burden on national health systems. The ministry believes national observances like Caribbean Wellness Day can help to shift attitudes and behaviors over time. Horn further emphasized the importance of routine health checkups and maintaining a healthy diet. He said these may seem like small steps, but they make a big difference. Early detection and prevention are key when it comes to NCDs.
Okay, so what we want persons to do, one is to take your health into your hands. So one, persons can get their regular checkups. So that's very easy for you to do. Get your regular checkups, ensure that you're checking with your community nurses, your doctors, your physicians, ensuring that everything is okay with you, and they can advise you from there. Two, eating healthy. Right, you can do that from the comfort of your own home. You prepare your own meals, ensure that you have all your nutrition, your balanced diet, and these things.
The ministry is also calling on schools, workplaces, churches, and community groups to participate in the observance by organizing their own wellness-themed events, emphasizing that health is a shared responsibility. As part of its ongoing efforts to promote healthy lifestyles and raise awareness about preventative health care, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment will host a health fair and fitness walk tomorrow, which will also coincide with Caribbean Wellness Day. The event aims to bring together healthcare professionals, community groups, and members of the public for a day of activities focused on wellness, fitness, and proactive health management. The fitness walk will kick off early in the morning, encouraging participants of all ages to get active and recognize the importance of regular physical activity in disease prevention and overall well-being. Health Promotions Officer Shadia Williams said following the walk, the health fair will offer free health screenings, including blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol checks, along with nutritional guidance and wellness consultations. Educational booths will also be available, providing information on topics such as chronic disease prevention, mental health, and the benefits of maintaining a balanced diet.
So the activities that we have planned tomorrow, we have a health walk, a very fun, excited health walk, and health fair, and a health walk. So this health fair would be taking place at the tarmac, and it starts at 4 p.m. So we have list of items here for you guys. We have free antenatal guidance, so our nurses would come and speak to persons who need advice in this area. We also have nutritional demonstrations, so our nutrition unit would come out and do, like we just mentioned before, give persons the substitutes that they can use for eating healthy. We also have free HIV and syphilis testing. This is normally done by the health security unit, so they would be on board with us as well. We have free breast examinations. We also have free dental checks, as Dental Health Week is coming up. We tend to cater for the kids as well, so we would have games. We would have, games for both kids and adults, because we have cricket and all of that, which Max here likes to participate in. So we would have cricket for the guys. We would have different games for the kids. So we're basically catering for everyone. So it's gonna be, though we're gonna be active and we're gonna be learning, it's also gonna be done in a fun and engaging way.
The fitness walk is scheduled to begin at 6 p.m. and the health fair will begin at 4 p.m. at the tarmac near the Thomas Saunders Secondary School. The ministry encourages participants to arrive early and wear comfortable clothing and footwear. In addition, Health Promotions Officer Max Horn stated that the event is designed not only to educate, but also to motivate citizens to take charge of their health in practical and sustainable ways.
Yes, so we want to emphasize on it's a family event, right? So the health fair is a family event. Everything is free. So we are asking persons to bring the entire family. This is an opportunity where the entire family can come and get their screening done, their health checks done as a family unit. And so that's what we are trying to promote, family health fair. So the fitness walk is going to take place tomorrow as well. So after you get your free health screening, your health checks, and the doctor and the nurses say everything is good with you, or they tell you that you need to do some more of healthy eating or some more physical activities and these things, the walk is going to begin right at the tarmac right there. So we're going to be next to the Thomas Saunders School, that grass patch area right there. That's where the health fair is going to be set up. The walk is going to start from there as well. From 6 p.m. persons will be asking persons to gather there. We're going to have a caravan, and we are heading up to Boom Boom, right? I pronounced that right. I hope so.
Upper Cane Hall.
Upper Cane Hall, right. So we're going up that side, and we're coming around Queens Drive. We're coming back down to King, It's Kane Hall, they call it, right, Kane Hall, back out to St. James University there, and we're coming back around the roundabout, back down that stretch, and we're coming back into, back to tarmac. So making a complete circle right there. So the hardest part is going up a Kane Hall, that hill, that steep hill there. So once you make it up the hill, everything is easy from.
The health fair and fitness walk are part of the ministry's broader strategy to promote community-based wellness initiatives, especially in light of rising rates of non-communicable diseases in the country. Officials believe that events like these can serve as catalysts for long-term behavioral change. Both Williams and Horn are encouraging families, schools, businesses, and community organizations to participate, noting that collective action is key to building a healthier nation.
We asking persons to gather at 6 p.m. We gather there, we do some stretches, we do some little warm-ups, ensure everybody is ready and fit and ready. Also walk with your water bottlers, because it's very important, because we want to make sure that you're hydrated, so walk with your water bottlers. We should have water on the caravan, so persons who want to refill their water bottles and stuff. So it's important for you to walk with your water bottlers so that we can have persons fully hydrated on this walk, and we making a complete circle, and we're coming back to the tarmac. The health fair is still going to be taking place there as well, so persons can still get their checks after the walk. The nurses, the physicians, they are all going to be there still with us. So we're going to be there from 4 p.m. to up to 10 p.m. Okay. Right, so we are estimating that this walk will be at least an hour and a half, depending on the speed, hour and a half. So if we leave there around 6:15, we should be back around 7:30, 7:45.
Over 20 persons have completed the inaugural Business Continuity Plan for Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises workshop held by the Center for Enterprise Development, Inc. The 3-day workshop took place at the CED's conference room from September 9th to 11th and was attended by entrepreneurs who operate micro, small, and medium enterprises, including 8 women from the Southern Grenadines island of Canouan. The CED says the goal of the workshop was to empower the participants to equip their businesses with a robust business continuity plan to minimize disruptions and safeguard operations, strengthen their business's ability to quickly recover and adapt to unforeseen challenges, and help them gain practical knowledge on risk management and business resilience that can be applied directly to their operations. The CED workshop was supported by the United Nations Build Back Equal project, which sponsored 14 women to attend. It covered a range of topics, including hazards in the Caribbean, risk identification and business impact analysis, mapping critical business functions, and the process of collecting and analyzing data for developing a business continuity plan. The workshop also examined activities to be conducted for business to continue after the impact of an event and concluded with participants being sensitized on how to complete and test a plan and how to think through potential impacts of hazards on micro, small, and medium enterprises using various scenarios. Speaking at the brief closing, where participants were presented with certificates of completion, CED's Training and Education Coordinator Keisha Phillips reflected on the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, Hurricane Beryl, the last of 4 volcanic eruptions of 2021, and other disruptions. She said that the need for micro, small, and medium enterprises to have business continuity plans was one of the lessons the CED recognized was crucial, along with the need for business owners and operators to be sensitized about the importance of having business continuity plans and be trained to develop their plans. She urged the participants to continue to work on their draft plans and assured them that CED would continue to assist them to ensure they are completed and well developed. Participants who represented several sectors including tourism, education, healthcare services, the cultural and creative industry, expressed gratitude for the workshop and shared how the training would impact their businesses.
Sienna Thompson Davis. I am from Garden of Eden Nursing Home at Dorchester Hill. And this week, this training has opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, I was thinking, I never thought of it before. If I have a fire in my business, what would I do with my patients? I have a lot of patients and all residents. So I was thinking last night, what would I do with these people? And the class opened my eyes to these things. So now I have to go back and rethink, put everything into perspective. I never thought of having a plan, an emergency plan. I never thought of having like if we have an outbreak, even though we just came from COVID, we just manage. We manage, so now I know I have to put something in place to manage.
My name is Daly Bowens, owner of Nature's Touch. I specialize in handcrafted soaps, natural soaps. Before Tuesday, I never thought of half of these things that we covered in this 3-day session. I never thought of having a business continuity plan. I never thought of if an emergency happened, burial happened, and I just figured, okay, at some point I'll get back on my feet. I never thought of insurance. I learned that it is not just important to insure the building, but your products and your equipment. It also brought home to me the importance of data, making sure that you have your records up to date and that you have these things stored where you can easily access them. So whether that be by cloud storage or hard copies, however you choose to store it, that it must be easily accessible.
I represent Nurtured by Nature Corporate Society. For the past 3 days, this has been an experience for me. It's very informative, educational, and the presenter was very, very dynamic. And I would like, my only disappointment is that there's a room of 20 ladies, 1 gentleman. I would like to see more men taking part in these sessions, especially business sessions, because it's very informative and educational. And we'd like to see more participants and more often programs like this to educate.
CED's Business Development Officer Nisha Glasgow facilitated the business continuity planning for micro, small and medium enterprises workshop. Welcome back. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority is expecting to surpass its 2025 target of 120,000 visitor arrivals, according to Chief Executive Officer Annette Mark. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Mark stated that visitor arrivals continue to show an upward trend. She noted that 2024 marked the best year for tourism so far, and all indications suggest that 2025 is on track to perform even better.
Let me just start by saying that, well, 2024 was the first year that we actually crossed 100,000 stay-over visitors. I mean, it's something to celebrate. The way we're looking at the figures right now, we targeted 120,000 for 2025, and the way things are looking, it looks like we will surpass that this year, barring no unforeseen circumstances. The CTO recently released some figures, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in respect to the North American market, is way ahead of its competitors. We, in arrivals, we have grown by 74%. Behind us was, I think it was Curacao or Barbados, and then Antigua and Barbuda, and they are in, the lower, like the 20s and 12%.
Mark also highlighted that the growing interest from international airlines and cruise lines is a positive sign. She said that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has come a long way in surpassing the 100,000 visitor milestone, despite the numerous challenges the global tourism industry has faced in recent years, including the COVID-19 pandemic and regional competition.
We are considered the new kid on the block, if you want to say. So there's a lot of interest in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a new product. It's not a spent product, and there's you are seeing the interest, and more so because and you would see from the hotel stock and the room stock, the room stock is growing. There are more rooms to come on stream. Certain announcements will be made and have been made about new hotels. There are airlines that are showing interest. There are cruise ships that are showing interest of coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Some new ones will be coming this year. In the cruise tourism, what we have noted is that we are seeing a lot of very high-end luxury ships wanting to come to St. Vincent and enjoy that very exclusive and immersive experience. So we have been speaking to quite a few of them, and they have been reaching out.
The CEO pointed to recent partnerships with regional and international carriers, including new flight routes and increased seat capacity, as key drivers behind the improved numbers. She also noted that several major cruise lines have added SVG to their itineraries for the upcoming season. The State of the Tourism Industry Address and Stakeholders Conference to be held on Monday, September 16, 2025, under the theme Strength in Unity, Advancing the Vincentian Visitor Experience, will feature top industry leaders sharing insights on connectivity, cruise growth, and destination partnerships. A news release from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority says Trevor Sadler, a respected aviation leader, will address the essential role of connectivity in expanding market access and supporting sustainable growth for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Under his leadership, Inter-Caribbean Airways has strengthened regional links, enabling greater ease of travel across the Caribbean and driving visitor arrivals. Abigail Crossley brings over 25 years of expertise in the cruise and tourism industry. As Director of Strategic Sourcing OBR at Carnival Corporation, she leads the sourcing and development of shore experiences, overland activities, and pre- and post-cruise services across multiple brands. Her career highlights include managing a global supply base of over 200 partners, advancing sustainable tourism initiatives, and championing community partnerships that enrich destination experiences. The release says Crossley's participation underscores Carnival's commitment to fostering collaborative, innovative, and sustainable engagement with destinations such as St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Other confirmed panelists include Carlos James, Minister of Tourism, Camila Gonzalez, Minister of Finance, Isola Giddings, President of the SVG Hotel and Tourism Association, Carl James, CEO of the SVG Port Authority, and hospitality leaders from Sandal St. Vincent and Young Island Resort. The conference takes place at the Methodist Church Hall, Kingston, immediately following Minister James's keynote address.